Okay, we are live. So we left it at the testes, and now we'll move on to the remaining parts of the system, right? Why don't we have a question? I think one question that needs to be done is the whole pathway for ejaculation. So why don't I have that down as well? Um, I think that should be like the first foundational question, I suppose. Like, of course, like give the, where it is formed, how it is transported, where does it get matured, all of those things, right? What's like the whole pathway? So just, how it goes about it. So the question should be basically, uh, so, um, yeah, so like the entire describe the sequence. Uh, how would you, you know, um, uh, you know, summarize let's see, how would you ask it? Yeah, so describe the complete pathway of the male reproductive tract. Right. So इसके अंदर पहले like you have to, you know, mention that the sperms are formed in the seminiferous tubules, right? They move so seminiferous tubules. They move on to the rete testis, efferent ductules, epididymis, maturation, on their way to the ampulla, ejaculatory duct, prostatic, urethra, membranous, urethra, spongy, urethra, ejaculation, the external. I think that's like the main pathway. You need to know this pathway, otherwise, what's the point, right? Um, all right. So next up is about the epididymis. Question number 10. Describe the epididymis, right? Epididymis. So it is a long coiled tube line posterolateral to the testis. It has three parts: the head, the body, and tail. Tail is continuous with the vas deferens. Fair enough, that's a good enough explanation. Now, if they ask about the course of the vas deferens, so I don't think we need to say much about it. There are only like a couple of points about it. So describe the course of the vas deferens. Just know that it's a thick. It's a muscular tube, right? Um, it basically uh, Yeah, I don't think this is a question that can be asked. So let's skip that one. Um, what else? Yeah, what else? Um, that's pretty okay. I don't see any need for that kind of detail, I suppose. Acha, next question should be about these seminal vesicles, right? Of course. What are they, right? And what are their functions? Um, yeah, so I think that's an important point. So how is the ejaculatory duct formed? So it is the combination of, it is basically, it is formed when the vas deferens joins with the seminal vesicle, right? I think that is a good enough, you know, answer. Seminal vesicle, right? Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't think, yeah, that's it. I don't see the detail, the need for any further detail on that specific question, I suppose. Um, relations पूछते हैं क्या? Like, uh, I don't know really. Like, I don't think they ask relations that much. Um, so yeah, I don't think they do. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I have no clue, mate. Right. Um, yeah. So maybe we can describe what the seminal vesicles are, or it's okay. I don't think we need to. Next up is the prostate gland. Question number 12. Describe the prostate gland and its anatomical areas. So the prostate gland is a fibromuscular gland. Fibromuscular, fibro, that's a dumb name. Fibromusculoglandular organ located below the bladder and in front of the rectum. Fair enough. So it has a couple of zones, right? So the zones are important. You have the peripheral zone. It is the largest zone and the most common site for prostate cancer. You have the central zone, which is surrounds the ejaculatory ducts, and that's it. Transition zone. So now transition zone is interesting histologically as well. So it surrounds the proximal urethra, and this is where the site of the prostatic hyper benign, yeah, benign prostatic hyperplasia, right? Benign prostatic hyperplasia. And then, of course, fourth one is anterior fibromuscular stroma. Relations इसके आ जाते हैं कभी कभार, right? So you have anterior pubic symphysis, posterior, you have the rectum. Is it up to the exam, anyone? And then, of course, you have the superior neck of the bladder. And then, of course, inferiorly, you have the urogenital diaphragm, right? Okay, that's pretty good. um yeah, I think और तो कुछ नहीं पूछ सकते. Like, yeah, what else would they ask? Let me see. I don't think there's much other than this, right? Surely. Uh, of course, they can ask about the bulbourethral glands. Yeah, let's touch up on that. Okay, prostate definitely, right? Sure. Let's touch up on the uh, bulbourethral glands, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Um, right. So, um, what type of question would we see uh, for that kind of topic? I don't know actually, But yeah, so a question that can pop up is what are the bulbourethral glands and where do their ducts open? So bulbourethral glands, also known as Cowper glands, are key shaped glands located in the deep perineal pouch. They open into the spongy urethra. Um, yeah, I don't think there's much you can say here. Um, you know, like what do they do? I think that's a physiology question. They secrete clear alkaline mucus. Yeah, that's basically it. Um, I think the next one could be about the parts, list down parts of the male urethra. So of course there's the prostatic part, right? You have the membranous part, and then of course the spongy part, right? I think that is good enough. I don't think you need to give details or any sort of, you know, like, yeah, we'll be okay. We shall be okay. Um, yeah. Now, I cannot find any questions about male reproductive system, right? These are the questions that I could come up with. Um, and yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. So, another question that can come up, of course, when we discuss the prostate is, of course, its blood supply, its lymphatic drainage, so on, so forth, which, shalo, let's discuss, right? So, relations of the prostate. Um, okay, I think relations to say, no problem at all. Um, blood supply कर लेते हैं, right? So another, I'm going to change this up. This is going to be question number 14, and this would be 15. So in one question, we have to list the what is the blood supply uh, and the lymphatic drainage of the prostate. Right? Fair enough question. Let's just have this there. Um, so, you know, like if I were to give like a very simple answer, then the prostate receives blood supply from the inferior vesical artery and drains lymph to internal ilia, obturator, and external iliac nodes. Uh, so I think a follow-up question could be to talk about the um, like what is the prostatic venous plexus, right? That's a pretty safe question. Uh, yeah, it's a pretty fair question, I suppose, you know. So of course I do need to add pictures and stuff. I think the idea behind these questions are fairly dumb. Personally, sort of hate these sort of things. All right. Anyways, we were talking about the prostatic venous plexus. Now, it's a very cool thing, but basically, it is a network of veins surrounding the prostate gland. Very cool. So it lies between the what do you call it? Um, okay, Numi bhai का message है. Walaikum assalam, Numi dada, Numi bhai, Numi bhai. Okay, so do you have material for first year general exam? No, I don't. So, in regards to Janet, the guide made last year covers the quantitative reasoning and the philosophy part. The rest has to be done by themselves. Okay. Um, so it lies between the prostate, right? So it surrounds it. Uh, oh my God. Okay, I need to send my guy. A link, I guess. Oh, bloody hell. Study guides. There we go. Boom. And then bang. Okay. Where was I? Prostatic network surrounding the prostate gland. Uh, it, it drains into the internal iliac vein, communicates, like it drains internal iliac vein, right? Uh, and the vertebral plexus. All right, that's good enough. I think that is good enough. Like that's the thing, not like इतनी detail नहीं चाहिए. Like just keep it simple, keep it straightforward. And that's how you live life. At least that's how I live my life. Um, but yeah, some people differ. Anyhow, anyway, um, right, right. I think that's it. Um, I don't know. Like I can't ask it. But the thing is, they don't ask that much, right? They don't ask. Um, which is interesting. So I suppose we just roll with it, right? Yeah, like the only question that I can think of is this one, right? Which is basically what are the erectile tissues in the penis, right? So you have the two corpora cavernosa, dorsal side, and one corpus spongiosum on the ventral side. It contains the urethra as well. Um, right. These tissues, uh, they are enclosed by the bucks. Fascia. Right. Okay. I think that's good enough. Like, yeah. Like they don't ask. So what's the point? Right? Um, so I have this really fun picture. Let me show you. So I made a couple of stuff, right? Let's see. There we go. So this is like a pretty fun, you know. Personally, I found this very simple to learn, right? So it's quite fun. Uh, s- I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this stream will get like banned or something, or my channel might get banned simply because of showing this kind of content. Even though, keep in mind, all of this is educational. And I hope that is simple enough. So really cool stuff. Let's download this as well. Yeah, I know. Very cool. Very cool. So okay. I think we're good. And let's add the images. So we need to find a couple of images, right? So starting with this part. So the complete pathway, I think that's good enough. Describe the epididymis. I think we need to get an epididymis image, right? So epididymis. Any good images for my lad here? I think this is a pretty good image. Copy and paste my guy here. Of course, get it down to size. Perhaps doing this would help. Right, and then of course, how is the ejaculatory duct form? Another fun question. Ejaculatory duct. Interesting, interesting. Any images for its formation? Uh, that would be good to have. Royce, I don't see any. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Ejaculatory duct formation. Mm, wow, there's surprisingly nothing. I think this is a good image. Yeah, let's use this. Okay. Smash it in there. Ooh, crazy. Scroll down a bit. Really make it small, even smaller. Yeah. Okay. Next up is the prostate gland and its anatomical areas. So of course that has to be given justice, I suppose, right? So prostate gland, very crazy gland, no doubt about it. One of those things that has to be done with a lot of justice, I suppose. Right. Um, prostate gland Jones. Surely someone's made like a fun. Okay, I think I like that. I this is a really good image. Down fully, give it, you know, the spotlight it deserves, and yeah, relations, right? So relations of the prostate gland, relations, prostate gland relations. Let's see. What about this? Nope. What about this? Pretty good, I suppose. Uh, yeah. Mm, hmm. I don't know. What about this? Ladder. Oh, this is lovely. Quality shit. Why is it shit? Let's open it and find out. Um, yeah. Need to find the reference for that because that's such a bad diagram. References. Nothing to. Surely there's like a good quality version of this, right? Let's do the Google Lens. Hello there, mate. Find me this image, please. Hello there. Hey, I'm walking it. No, this is it. I guess we use this. Ooh, let's test it out. So, technology, right? Already have Gemini open. New chat. Recreate this image in a proper way. Hyper realistic. Let's see. Let's start with this. And let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Even though I think I don't need to make it hyper realistic. I should just have it enhance the quality of it. Um, mm, Eniko, how one? Uh, mm, my name is Arthur Morgan. That- That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That's insane. That's insane. That is too good. That is too good. That is too good. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Recreate. Um, let's just generate like a proper prompt. Yeah, so I write a prompt, recreate this image, exact same way, but make it more animated and, cleaner, modern, I suppose. Uh, and of course, labels should be the same, perhaps, right? Show them as correlations to the prostate gland. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it gives us. Um, this is the exciting part of making such documents that you get to just incredibly view this technology. Um, like really, really is an awesome thing. So paste this image and let's see what it cooks. Um, I love this mic. Like this mic is beautiful. I can talk and it can listen. And the audio is good. When the audio is good, I don't mind anything. Life's good. Let's see. Establishing the anatomy. Okay, interesting. I wonder what it will do. Should it record like a whoa? Interesting. Very interesting. Surely, let's see. Can we make it, more Pixar slash or rather anime style, completely modern and new. Let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Let's check it out. Let us check this one out as well. Of course, I think this is like the final question for the male part, and then we'll move on to the female part. The female part, of course, has a lot more detail, right? Because you've got, you know, lots of content in it, you know, and in general, personally, it's more important, right? So, keeping that in mind, we will give the respect that it deserves. Um, let's see, visualizing the pelvis. Sure, mate. Whoa, whoa, ho, ho, this is good stuff. Let's see, any problems with the labeling? No, actually, I don't see a single mistake, except maybe that. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Okay. I think it messed up a bit, so I can't use this. This looks pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty good. I think we can use this one. Yep, awesome. Let's download this and use it. Wow, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Um, yeah, I know. I am bewildered myself, no doubt about it. Um, I'm sure there's a way to get honey roasted almonds in Pakistan. Okay, where were we? Righty. Oh my. Oh my. Whoa, easy there, fella. Easy there, fella. Okay. Blood supply and lymphatic drainage. Okay. Mm, let's find a nice image, right? Ooh, very good. Very good image. I like it. I like it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Whoa, whoa. Easy there, fella. Prostatic venous plexus, huh? Whoa. I'm saying whoa a lot. Oh my god. What is that? Why? What the- That's difficult to look at. That is extremely difficult to look at. Yeah, prostatic venous plexus. I don't. There's no good image. Why, mate? Yeah, there is no good image of it. That is sad. Very sad. I suppose we. Okay, we can use that. Yeah, pretty fair. It's a good one. Pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Yeah, the thing is, anatomy is visual, right? You can't discount these images. You need these images, no doubt about it. Um, bulbourethral glands. Bulbourethral glands. Interesting. Bulbourethral glands. Okay, fair enough, mate. Good image. Awesome image, actually. Whoa, that's a big one. Uh, okay. Plop it in there. Awesome. List down the parts of the male urethra. Maybe an image for that would be good. All right. Male urethra, sure. This is a perfect image, I must say. Perfect image. Uh, I'll have that center line there. Erectile tissue of the penis. Okay, now this is where like the fun images get added. And there are two of these, yeah. Love it. Absolutely love it. Um, yeah. Like, why would I not like? This is crazy, right? Is it not? Sure, it is, man. It is quite cool for me. Um, so place this here, right? And then this one. Oh, hey, mate, come here. Come here, mate. This is awesome, right? Okay, fun stuff. I think we should move on to the female part, shall we? Yes, sir. Let's send a quick screen recording of this. I don't think so. Yeah, no need for that. Okay. Um, fair, fair. This is. Oh, why the hell did that happen? Bloody hell, mate. Are you kidding me? Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Why did that happen? How did that happen? What? What? Come on, bro. That destroyed it, didn't it? What happened? I don't know. I have no idea what happened. Does this fix it? Surely this fixes it. Because that's crazy, you know? No idea why that happened. Um, rightio. Awesome. Alrighty. Second part. The female reproductive system. Section 2. The female reproductive system. First, first question is always the same. Now we'll take a short break, um, and come back to our document. Right? I'll leave this here just in case, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. I need to go to the washroom. Okay? Take care. Alrighty, we are back, I suppose. Um, let's start with the female reproductive system. I think the question would remain the same, right? So I'm going to copy the same question and just change it up for the female reproductive system, right? So technically, this is question number 18. So let's maintain that and change that into female and get started. So, um, yeah, let's get it. I think we need to start off by mentioning, of course, that you have the gonads, right? So the testes in the male, while in the female, you have the ovaries, right? So that's like the main part, right? So you have the ovaries, which are your gonads, right? Um, and then you have your the ducts, right? So you have ductal system that includes the uterine tubes, right? जब उसके अंदर फिर further division आ जाती है infundibulum or your ampulla isthmus. I don't even know how to write that word. And then the intramural part, right? What what the hell? Um okay. And then finally we have the uterus, right? And then the vagina, right? And then the external genitalia, genitalia, which is the vulva, right? इसके अंदर पे आपके पास you have different types, right? So mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, and the clitoris. So I think that's a pretty good, I suppose, distinction, right? So ovaries are gonads and your ductal system, the uterine tubes, the uterus, the vagina, and then the external genitalia. All right. Um, in regards to that, there's just a lot that we can talk about. Um, without a doubt, right? Because again, like the content is there, right? Like you could have IO questions for all of these, right? So 10 for this, 10 for this, 10 for this, 10 for this. But you need to understand uh, the contents that is asked, right? You don't want to just completely go off the rail. Next question that should be in your mind, that is the location of the ovaries. Wow, I don't have it like that. Oh my god. I was wondering why I felt um that way. Um, it is found in the ovarian fossa, the lateral. Oh man, surely there's like a better answer for this. Um, yeah, so located in the ovarian fossa of the lateral. Yeah. Um, that's a pretty good answer, right? Um, and then of course there are many questions that you can ask about the ovary, right? Um, you can ask about the ligaments. So question number 20 should be, what are the ligaments connected to the ovary? And that's a pretty straightforward answer. You have the suspensory ligament of ovary contains ovarian vessels. Then you have the ovarian ligament to the uterus. And then finally you have the mesovarian part of the broad ligament. ठीक है. Of course images डाल के इसे थोड़ा बेहतर तरीके से भी present कर सकते हैं, right? So um, that's a pretty decent description, right? Um, yeah, pretty decent, I suppose. So next up, of course, is the blood supply and then the lymphatic drainage. Pretty, you know, we've already done this with the testes, so might as well do it for the ovaries as well. Let me adjust this. Let's see. So if I, if this will allow me, um, whoa, whoa, okay, that, yeah. So I feel now this is like more direct. Not sure how direct though, how well you can hear me or not. But anyhow, question number 21 is clearly simple enough. What is the blood supply and venous drainage of the ovary? So arterial supply is through the ovarian arteries, which are branches the abdominal aorta. Venous drainage is through the ovarian veins, right? Ovarian vein drains into the inferior vena cava, while the left ovarian vein drains into the left renal vein. So same as the case in the testis, right? Question number 22. What is the lymphatic drainage of and the nerve supply, the ovaries? So again, these questions, like I can have them as one question, but it's good to have, you know, like a simple, very, very simple walkthrough and, understanding of that content, right? Um, it makes a lot of sense and it's very, very good to understand. Um, Yeah. So lymphatic drainage का कोई पूछे तो lymphatic drainage of course is the your para aortic nodes, right? Um, so lymph drains through the para aortic lymph nodes. Their supply is via the autonomic ovarian plexus. Fair enough. Simple enough. Need to remember these facts, mate. Simple as that. As simple as that. Like no complication. Just the facts. You know the facts, you're okay. You don't know the facts, you can bugger off, mate. That's quite sad. In it. I know, very sad. Anyhow, anyways, let's move on to the Fluturine tubes, not the fallopian tubes. What is the history of the fallopian tube? I think there's like a very dark history. Oh, yeah, there we go. 16th century Italian anatomist Gabriel Fallupia. Okay. Um, is it dark? Let's see. Um, so they haven't. I don't know why did I. How anatomical names can carry hidden histories of power and exclusion. Interesting. Interesting. So some of the names they can send in. Okay, eponyms, and that's what's actually named after people rather than so it's actually are. Okay. So why are we stuck with these names? Because eponyms are more than medical trivia. They have that, that tradition. Okay, eponyms are also reflect a narrow version of history, most originated during the European Renaissance, a time when anatomical discovery often meant claiming knowledge that already existed elsewhere. Interesting, interesting. Okay, yeah, that's true. Very fun, very good article, I must say. Anyhow, back to it. Um, yeah. Next question can be, what are the parts of the uterine tube? As simple as that, mate. What are the parts of the uterine tube? I will not use the word fallopian. You should not catch me using the word fallopian anywhere. If you do, let me know. So you have the infundibulum, which is also known as the fimbre, ampulla, isthmus, and the intramural parts. Um, yeah, I don't think like uh, you know, there's a need for any detail. But चलो डाल देते हैं भाई. Funnel shaped ampulla, site of fertilization. Ampulla is widest part, site of fertilization. Isthmus के बारे में है, narrow है, narrow parts, and intramural is part within the uterine wall. Uterine wall. Oh, Royce, interesting. Um, ठीक हो गया, ठीक हो गया, ठीक हो गया. ब्लड सप्लाई, राइट, ब्लड सप्लाई ज़रूरी है. यू नो कि कैसा सिलसिला चले, लिम्फेटिक रेंज भी ज़रूरी है, नर्व सप्लाई भी ज़रूरी है. सही है, तो वो भी देख लेते हैं, कोई मसला नहीं. देयर इज़ नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल. Honestly, these questions are, you know, pretty simple enough, right? You just need to remember a couple of things and be off your way. There's not much you can do, right? Simply not much you can do. Just have to accept it. Just stay with it. Whoa. Yeah. Okay. Crikey, mate. Uh, I don't know what I'm doing, but let's carry on. So, parts हो गए. अब उसके बाद of course, you know, वही lymph supply, वही blood supply, वही lymphatic drainage, फलाना ढिमकाना, all of that bull that we need to do. So, question number 24 would be, what is the blood supply and lymphatic drainage of the uterine tube? The answer is the blood supply is actually pretty interesting. So there are two blood supplies. The first one is the ovarian artery itself. So uterine artery, sorry, uterine artery, and then the ovarian artery. So it's a dual supply. And then venous drainage is via the pampiniform, pam, pampiniform, abe bhai, pampiniform plexus, I'm in the ovarian vein, and lymphatic drainage is really para aortic nodes. All right, there we go. There's that. There is that. No doubt about it. There's that. Um, right. So yeah, interesting. Interesting. Um, okay. Let's move on. Uterine tube is done. Nothing else here, I suppose. Right. Next up, of course, is our mate, the uterus that we need to discuss. So, yeah, that's a very good question. The uterus, describe its shape. And more importantly, not only its shape, but we need to, uh, you know, um, क्या कहते हैं? अरे, we need to discuss the positions exactly. So, the positions and its normal position. Oh no, my charging's dying. I'm running out of charge. That's so sad. Very sad, must say. Um, where did the charger go? Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Okay, need to plug this in somehow. To the keyboard. So I have some charge, mate. I don't have some charge right now. Okay, please work. Come on, come on. Yeah, plug it off. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh man, here we go. Just like that, just like that. Perfect. Okay. Uterus describes its shape and its normal position. So yeah. Um, interesting. Very. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Uh, Divide it anatomically. So the uterus is one of those things which is very important, right? So need to know it. Right? It's a pear shaped. It is a pear shaped organ. Um, yeah. Now, um, it is normally anteverted, tilted forward cervix, and anticlipsed, bent forward the body. Right? So the parts of it are important as well that we need to remember. Right? So there are four parts: fundus, the body, the isthmus, and the cervix. All right. I think that is good. Um, yeah, what is the location? So there were a lot of questions which I felt, you know, were disruptive in a sense that they felt like they attacked my soul more than anything. Um, and that's quite sad when it does that, like quite sad. So it is, l- so and describe its location. So it is located between the urinary bladder anteriorly and the rectum posteriorly. Fair enough. I think that's good. So anteverted, towards the tilted forward at the cervical vaginal junction and anteflex bent forward at the uterocervical. Awesome. All right. Perfect. um ठीक हो गया. अब क्या रहता है भाई? Layers of the uterine wall. Okay. Okay. Question number 26. List the layers of the uterine wall. So you have the endometrium, which is the inner mucosal layer, the myometrium, the muscular layer. Is that anatomy? That is not anatomy, but yeah, that's not anatomy. But chalo, okay, let's move on. I've got a call, so I need to take that. Just a second, guys. Let me call the lad back. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Hello there, mate. What's up? I'm good. What, mate? What can I not believe? I think it was the one with the everyone in it, right? Like Jo Hamari. Yeah. Okay, so abhi tak like hasn't it like gone past its cycle yet? कि like वो एक दो दिन में खत्म हो जाता है ना व्यूज आना आई थिंक इंस्टाग्राम पे 10 years really ऐसा होता है okay that's interesting um okay that's interesting that's yeah wow just from that one video alhamdulillah you deserve it bro no needs your effort you deserve it more so many congratulations yeah sorry go ahead सही है वैसे मुझे थोड़ा बस आई जस्ट हैव लाइक कंसिडरिंग कि उसके भी तो बस प्रॉप शुरू होने वाले होंगे राइट तो बस थोड़ा सा ऑन दैट रिगार्ड या या मैन बिल्कुल एग्जैक्टली या ओके awesome that's a good idea how was your day you were in quite a rush today right how so okay सही yeah very cool alhamdulillah went well Oh, I, I normally like don't think you know कि like कोई सुनेगा, but चलो sure. Um, so went to uni, came back home, ate dinner. Sorry, ate lunch, not dinner. Uh, Naveed bhai bhi the. I had some mutton. That was fun. Uh, Not much, but majboori thi. So yeah, 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 fair enough. तो फिर I slept a bit. मैं वो monitor arms लाया हुआ था तो उनको setup किया. Um, and then after that started work. थोड़ा अभी भी like currently I'm live on the YouTube just making the VIVA sheet. And then उससे पहले I went on a walk. That's about it. YouTube. Yeah, असल में YouTube is like a very different place, right? Long term, a long format video है. जिसने देखनी होगी, जिसको ज़रूरत होगी, उसने देख ली होगी अब तक. First years में, I'm sure जिन्होंने देखनी होगी, they must have definitely watched it. Um, हमने communicate तो कर दिया था. Yeah, हमने communicate तो कर दिया था ना. Yeah, देखो ना, I'll tell you something. So basically, the thing is, कि, the way things are. So if you would believe it, my mic's been off the entire time. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Um, quite sad even. Like, why is it off? But anyhow, um, let's get to it. So we finished with the female part. I'm just going to add images now to it. Okay. Of course, lots of images that have to be added here. Like the thing is, you just need to know these things. Like there's no running away from it. I say, I suppose, actually. Say is like a weird word. There's a lot more questions that have to be like added on here. But fair enough. Those questions are, you know, just as important, I suppose. Somebody's requested for something, I think. Oh, interesting. Edit access. Huh. What's this? I don't even know this. Void. Oh, okay. Um, yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Mm, okay. Interesting. Should I get John Cena? I want to buy John Cena action figure. Yeah. Um, these orders will take their time to ship to me, which is quite sad. Unlike that order right away, please. But that is not to be. It is what it is. Let's get it. Let's steady. Anyhow, um, yeah. So images, right? So female reproductive system. I think that is a pretty. Can't go wrong with this, right? Classic Shutterstock image. Just can't go wrong with that, can you? Just cannot, mate. You just cannot go wrong with that. Um. So yeah, things are good, I suppose. At least I hope things are good, right? Um. Location of the ovaries. So ovaries. Interesting, you know, thing. They are definitely an interesting thing. Ovaries location. Uh, okay, this is a good image to show the relation, I suppose, right? Okay, ligaments connected to the ovary, ovary ligaments. This is good. Okay, I mean, sure. Yeah, that's okay. that. Have that present like this. Interesting. Blood supply and venous drainage of the ovaries. Whoa, 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 whoa. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, this is a very good diagram. Very good diagram. Love it. This is exceptionally good. Lymphatic drainage, I am not adding a picture. Uterine tube, parts of the uterine tube. Mm, Um, awesome. I don't think I need to go anywhere else. This is such good diagram. Love this one. Mid easy in it. Okay. Smash that in there. Rub it up a bit. Yep. And have it like so. Perfect. Blood supply and lymphatic drainage of the uterine tube. Sure, mate. Isn't this awesome? Such a good image. Use this. Whoa. Ligaments. Ligaments are important. Okay. Very interesting and good picture, I must say. We can definitely use this. Um, yeah, I think that's good. Let's not overcomplicate it, right? Okay. ब्रॉड लिगामेंट की भी एक तस्वीर होनी चाहिए. Awesome, love this one. Awesome. Anatomical relations of the vagina. Um, how do we keep it simple? because this is too complicated, right? We can definitely make this simple. I don't think we need an image. We're good. Bartholin glands. Yeah, that definitely does an image. Oh yeah, I had that nice um picture for that. Um, where is it? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Let's add this image to the start. I hope that does not destroy the stuff for us. Let's decrease the size a bit. Perfect. Anything disrupting? I hope not. I hope not. Oh my. Size that. And yeah, I think we're good. Um, the rest of it I think is like very, very simple. Um, so the next section is the pelvis and miscellaneous. So these are very high yield questions, right? So how is the bony? final question of the day, and I am done. So the pelvic diaphragm is forms the floor of the pelvis, and it supports the pelvic organs. Uh, it has muscles. It is formed by muscles, which are the levator ani, so that is the pubococcygeus, the puborectalis, and the iliococcygeus, and the coccygeus in itself. Um, and yeah, it is. Yeah, that's a bloody okay answer. I don't think I need to. Yeah, it is. Uh, it is innervated by the pudendal. Okay, awesome. And inferior. Perfect. So I think the next topic is basically, uh, you know, about the perennial pouches. So once we do that, we're pretty good once we get done with the perennial pouches. And then after that, we have the branches of the internal iliac artery. And then after that, after we're done with like the branches, I think we're done. After that, there's only histology and just a tiny, tiny bit of embryology. So we don't need, I guess we don't need today. Um, I'll finish this tomorrow, but yeah, looking good so far. The next question, of course, will be the ischiorectal fossa. So let me just write that down. Describe the ischiorectal fossa. And it's down. So yeah, we'll discuss that. That's the next question to do. Um, okay. I guess I'll see you later. Take care, alligator. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz. That was fun. So I think I personally just love this mic. This is exceptionally good for the price. So happy to have this. And with that note, I must say farewell. Good boy.